Just a quick reminder to everyone that this movie was voted on by all patrons. If you want filler content done or movies as I approach them, consider supporting the channel for any amount, link below.
自らの戦団に積み上げられた山のような黄金が夜の海を昼間さながらに照らし出したという伝説まである。
The mere notion of that actually makes for some stupidly good looking visuals right there. Piles of gold so large on his ships that the sky was lit up.
ウーナンの仲間によって書かれたと言われる宝の地図。
You know me, I never turned down a good looking map, and that right there has some very high quality to it. One thing I really like about the movies is how much more free and easy they are with violence. The second movie was the same, and this one too. Can't even show the last scene, lots of other lives everywhere. Zod's from the original 1997 version of Berserk. He's not in it a great deal, but he's a truly sick character that Guts really struggles against near the start, the giant monster. I'm so glad I'm jumping into this movie now and not like, say, when I'm on episode 500 or something. It's the perfect time to dart back and do this, so yeah, I'm very happy. But also the reason why The Last Wing came to my mind is because Sanji would normally be taking care of this, but he's not around just yet. We shall meet him soon. I know it's a One Piece movie and thus is to be expected, but I'm afraid Luffy, being a classic Luffy, would ever not score the anime a win. Also, this afterwards, I continue to love Nami and how she deals with Luffy. Admittedly, it's a weird win, but Usopp doesn't really make many lies like this anymore at episode 73, where I'm currently at. Felt oddly good to see one of them again, I can't lie. This is such an amazing kind of Luffy approach to angrily correct her that he burnt through 30 days worth of food in 2 days and not 3. I mean, obviously that's not going to do anything to Luffy, but my god, it still caught me by surprise all the same and shocked me. I think it was how sudden it was, just boom, out of nowhere. So far, the comedy in this one is top notch and right in line with the kind of comedy you find in the main series, so it's right up my street. Straight away, you can easily tell that the crew who do the outstanding looking damage animation effects on the main series and the second movie are present and accounted for in this one. Looks great. A totally unique and different looking ship to anything we've seen up till now, and to be honest, past this point. Yet another new and unique ability, Ota! Also though, the animation on the attack itself, the shockwave, and how it affects everything around it is nothing short of gorgeous looking, and very smooth too, even for a movie. It's good how the animators go the extra mile to ensure that we know that it was Zoro who got Luffy out of the water, since obviously he can't do it himself. This actually feels like a real nice addition to the lore, given that we've spent time in the giant floating restaurant before, and so it makes sense that much smaller ships do the same thing. Luffy is absolutely terrible, I swear. He never seems to change in this regard. This music basically never fails to bring a smile to my face. I absolutely love it. It's such a beautiful piece and really makes me feel the emotion of the scene and the adventure under it all. Shockingly, Mihawk from the main series. I swear this dude is so damn talented but never did any main roles in his time. His voice is really wide-ranging. It wouldn't be One Piece without them going to a totally unique looking island for a big adventure, would it?
俺を殺したら宝の場所わかんなくなるぞ永遠に
It's legit nice to see a lie from Usopp work pretty flawlessly the first time, I must say. Also, it's very much a by the numbers win for OP by now, but it won't stop me from pointing out the amount of unique looking characters, in this instance, all of whom are on screen at once.
そうかそうだったのかこいつら頭悪いぞ
Usopp kind of breaking the fourth wall there a little bit.
よし行くぞお前らちょっと俺も行くのか当たり前だ
Animated multiple characters moving together in one scene.
やっぱりあいつらだああ見なかったことにしよう
Not walking on the not caring spot.
ここまですることはねえだろ
だから船で働くって言ってるじゃないか
These feel like a nice little nod to the future when Luffy makes the same offer to work off a debt at the previously mentioned big restaurant after accidentally destroying part of the roof.
やかましいわ
おお飛びよそれ取ってくんねえか大事なものなんだ二度と帰らねえかんなああ俺の帽子待て返せ飛びよ
At the same time as the last win, it's good to see the importance of the straw hat being taken into account in this first movie as well. It's nice how facial reactions are used instead of exposition. Clearly this hurt the old man, but he cares deeply for the boy and very likely wants a line of work that will keep him safe.
生まれてこの方嘘なんて一度もついたことなんてないんですよ
Easily the largest lie he's ever told in his entire life. It doesn't matter how you cut it, slice it, or even dice it, that was an extremely badass moment right there.
どうしてくれんだよ俺まで迷っちまったじゃねえか怒るあんまり焦るな慌てると腹が減るぞ
そうだな
お前たち
I know I already winned it once this video in regards to Luffy and his often totally carefree personality, but I felt like this one here deserves a nice follow-up win for the same thing.
すげえこれがウーナンの城
One thing that always impresses me is that it doesn't matter if it's the main series or a movie, or I'm guessing even filler as I have yet to cover any of that, the buildings are always wildly varied.
私はジョセフィーヌ黄金の大海賊ウーナンの孫娘よ
ウーナンの
カメスケあんたとうとうバラしたわ
Nami coming up with a great plan to save Usopp right on the spot is a highly Nami kind of thing to do, and as always, proves why she's so invaluable on this journey as a whole. Obviously I know it's not canon, but it's good to see Usopp here actually running to Nami quickly because he knows what is coming and to get her to safety. That short scene gets the anime 2 max wins. Firstly, it's the whole lot of not running on the spot on display as they head down the hill, but secondly, it's that beautiful panning shot in the background.
桁外れの大声で物を破壊する力噂に聞いた通りね
Again, very much not canon, but the fact that some lore was added here by Nami to actually make sense of how his ability itself works, rather than leaving it unanswered.
ライオン
あすまん違った猫だった
なんだってめえは
あれ俺はルフィ
Feels like it'd be silly not to give this a win. It's so random though, how his brain works sometimes.
生きてるって信じてる奴がたった一人でもいるんなら本当に生きてるかもしんねえってことだ
He can be really sweet sometimes, basically doing this in order to protect the boy and his dream from falling to pieces, and the notion that the pirate he wants to join isn't around anymore.
そんなに死にたいか
Zoro finally getting his first moment in the movie to shine. He's always such a badass in the main series that I legit forgot for a moment he hadn't done much this movie so far, and here we go! As the best follow-up win so far, he's then able to actually get into the fight, even tied up like this! You could so tell that the animation crew was working alongside the damage crew there, and to beautiful effect. Like, that shot looks so good as a whole.
はい終了
How come Nami is just the best though?
だから飛びようだそういうことじゃなくて
Putting a lot of animation in this moment when they really didn't need to, even with it being a movie?
私の勘が正しければきっ
あぶり出しか
と そういうこと。初歩的なからくりよ。
See, now I like that. They haven't done it in the main series, but it is very much a well-known old-school pirate treasure kind of thing to do. Glad it was included here. After the last win, that was then so unexpected and so quick to burn up.
ああ東じゃねえってことはその先は
That's actually very clever because the tail isn't ever pointing to the east at any point, but it looks like it should be. So it's a nice twist present from the get-go.
おい大丈夫かよ
やっぱりガキにはきつかったか
Usopp being awesome here again, you can just tell that this is the kind of stuff he'd have helped out the Usopp pirates with back in the day, and here he is again helping a youngster, bless him.
あいつと俺は同じ村でまるで兄弟のように育った
That's quite the twist right there. So his worry was more about not wanting to let his grandson down in the vision he had of the main pirate and the whole story, but also what I wrote, I'm sure.
やっぱりここかできたぞ今日のは自信作だ
いい加減にしろガンゾ
One thing that One Piece does so well is if it shows a scene from the past, it does a good job of aging the characters appropriately. No random 70-year-olds looking 70, 50 years ago, you know?
海賊になって悪党どもから黄金を奪い尽くしてやるガンゾお前も来い
How his dream wasn't super cliche, I want to be a pirate and get all the gold. Instead it was about not following in his father's footsteps, and made better by the notion of only stealing from the evil.
の親父さんはいい人だった俺におでんの作り方やいろんなことを教えてくれた
And here we see the other side of the coin, the young grandfather and how he took a stand here to live his life in the same way as his friend's father had. Not having much, but being happy with it. Once again, it is a movie, so you'd expect it, but I'm still surprised by the times they chose to go in hard on the animation, although it is an important scene, so it makes sense. Still, I like it. In a sense, he kind of proves his point in a weird way. He's just a normal guy, wants to be normal, yet managed to save his life here. That's what he achieved. Oh, even better, the cliff breaks away and they fall, but then it's him saving them both here.
なんだよ
てめえの野望大切にしやがれ
I mean, that was fantastic, really. Potentially giving up his own life to ensure he could live on. That's the kind of man he was there. Says a lot about him, I think.
それで死んだのか
生きてるだろアホ
This.
なんだ死んでねえのか
当たり前だ
And then who could forget that either? His face kills me there.
だが今ならあいつはきっと食ってくれるような気がする俺の命を込めたおでん
Man, that's so damn sweet. He knows that there's almost no chance of him still being alive, and yet he brought his udon all that way for him. Like a gift to the dead, to honor him. I love that. They put a hell of a lot of detail into this island, numerous different looking locations, all spread out. Really helps a small movie to feel a lot larger to my mind. So very much not walking on the spot. They animated him through the entire damn scene. Makes for quite the twist that the strongest character in the movie might actually be this dude with his ability to somehow slice through pretty much everything, rather than the main enemy. This old man being a legend even now and protecting his grandson like this. Oh, if I had to guess, I'd say that, like me, this will really anger Luffy.
ファビオ
お前だけは許さねえ
Oh heck yes, I knew it, let's go!
うめえやっぱりおっさんのおでんは世界一だ
I love him, dude. In his mind, this is making things right at least, by paying homage to the old man and his efforts there and not having it go to waste.
こいつの相手はどうやら俺だ
Zoro now finally getting his time in the limelight this movie. I'm legit so happy that he wasn't kind of forgotten about, because he had some huge moments in the second movie, so it's only fair. There's them effects your boy loves so much now.
あんな奴のために人殺しなんぞしたくねえ。そう思ってるんじゃねえのか。確かに腕はいい。だが自分の剣に誇りが持てねえ奴はわずか一瞬キレが鈍い。
Have a fat win here for, first of all, how Zoro threw him off by legit seeing his soul, as it were, via his actions with the sword, but also because of that sick finishing move. Always looks good. Easy max wins here again. It's always a favourite attack of mine from Luffy, and of course the amount of time, effort and energy that clearly went into each stage of the attack puts it over the limit. Wow, I never thought even one time about how anyone could potentially reverse that attack. I wonder if anyone does it in the actual anime. Another 2 max wins on top, please and thank you. You can't go giving me so much animation goodness, a proper fresh fight with unique movements, him using what he uses in the Arlong arc, and then those fantastic pure hand-on effects at the end there, and not expect to get 2 max wins. I've said it a few times in the main series, but not this movie, but I'm always in awe of the sheer volume of attacks Luffy can do with his seemingly simple ability. And then no doubt finishes here using his own attack back at him, and it counts as a beautiful follow-up to the last win too. Then that final attack there, gorgeously showing off the whole island as he gets smashed across it no less. I mean, you could pretty much tell that this was how it was going to play out, but it still didn't stop it from being a sad moment, especially after knowing the grandfather's connection.
集めた黄金はすべて本来の持ち主の元に返しきった。
This isn't canon, but my god, it's not a bad story either, and I must say that as a pirate, he was up there with some of the most interesting in the end. How his old friend's words from all the way back when they were young guided his actions once he reached this point in his life is super poignant and in a very organic and not forced kind of way.
俺の生涯最高の宝が眠るこの場所。
To be honest with you, I found that to be incredibly endearing, the notion that he had all of those adventures as though his old friend was alongside him, understanding in the end that the friendship meant more to him, the adventure meant more than the gold at the end of his life. That was so well done, and I'm giving max wins for it. Oh, that's so sweet, and again, it's not forced. It came about so naturally because of the undertone of pride that both men had, even if one was a great pirate and the other a seller of udon.
お前の思う通り生きろ。俺はずっと見守ってるさ。
Oh man, I love how it's not sappy for the sake of being sappy. He now means this because in his own way, he too has grown after these revelations.
じいちゃんみたいに一生懸命生きてればいつかきっとわかる。そうだろ。
How he doesn't just say, I'm gonna make udon with grandpa, again being soppy, but instead says he'll think about it the next time he leaves. Basically saying adventure isn't behind him just yet.
の立て替え。
立て替えかよ。
当たり前でしょ。3倍返しね。
Feels like a cool forward to when she does the same thing later on at Loketown when he needs new swords. Just as in all of the great arcs and their endings, they really were able to end this movie in the same epic, but at the same time feel-good kind of fashion. Very, very good.
ありがとうみんな
Yeah, one more for that, even if just for the entire view of the island looking great from different zoomed out shots. And a final one here for the ED being done different to normal with loads of different images to enjoy. I actually liked that one more than the second movie, and now back we go to the main series. Darth Weirdo, Matthew Blancett, Maoli Owl, The Element Taylor Awards, Christopher Willis, Draki, Fancy Turtle, Kepan, Minimasher, Marquez, Orkeeper, Steelers, The Epic Commander, Bird Without a Word, Brandon Creer, Brian Bayot, Cameron, Christopher Tarasa, Commander Cyrus, Doggos for Life, Dragonstorm 35, Emmanuel Gonzalez, Aaron Winters, Guru, I Am Here, Your Edvinson, Kevin Alston, Cumfroik, Carly Welp, Lisa Marie Timp, Luis Minito, Magnus, Nathan Burr, Nightly Winter, Peter Milligan, Ruby Rose, Sataka Yari, Zyonx 44, Sean, The 100s, Tiger Lily Warrior, Subito, Wicken Faye, Ali 50, Brainless Ben, Cecilia, Cedric, Cloud Garden, Dark Lord Bloody Soul, Devon, Iso, Garrett Vermish, Gibbs, Isel Caldera, Jason Davies, John, Jafford6263, Calnock, Kevin Nelter, Kevink102, Knuckle Duster, Chris Madden, KY158, Carl Jones, Laxor, Laxus, Liam Gogati, Lifty, Lionel Schultz, Marvin, Malcarius, Michael Lewis, Modiverum, Mudini, Mr. Firecool, Natsu Dragneel, Nick Monaco, Nick Pell, 9028, Oliver Smiley Reacts, Q Flash, Ryan DeVirus, Sentimento, Storm 970, TRS, The Danish Muggle, Tricky Nicky, Willyman.